What is up everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video, and in this video, I'm gonna be telling you about my Among Us Stalker. For the past few days, I have been casually playing Among Us, and there was always this player that kept joining my lobbies. Didn't matter the time of day, or the lobby that I was in, he was always there. As much as I tried to get away, I failed every time. Until eventually I decided to confront him. And you won't believe what happened next, so you won't want to miss this. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us Stalker secrets. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. That way you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm also getting really close to 2 million subscribers, so your help is appreciated. And if you want me to confront my stalker in Among Us, make sure to leave a like down below. But now let's begin with today's story video. So my encounter with this stalker started off in this lobby. As you can see, everyone in the lobby was red, but that is when a player by the name of Jose Chari joined the game. I have seen this player for the last few days, and he's always following me. He's just always next to me and always looking at me, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. I'm gonna try my best to ignore him, and maybe after some time he goes away. We got into the game and I was a crewmate. I don't know why my name was Red, but I'm not the imposter. One thing that I just never understand is that some players always add a bunch of tasks, and then there's other players that only give you like 1 or 2. There's never an equal balance. But it must suck to be the imposter this game, because I'm gonna speedrun these 2 tasks. As I was walking through Engine, the player from the dropship found me. But how does he know that it's me? This player was chasing me as I was trying to do my task. No matter where I went, he was always there. I ended up finding another player that looked exactly like me in the gap room. I'm gonna use him as a decoy. Hopefully the other player finds him and follows him instead. But I ended up speaking too soon. When I entered Engine, he was right there, and I had to do a test behind the massive engine, which I did, but I could see the player on the other side of the engine. But luckily he didn't see me. Why is this player following me? Communication was then sabotaged, and as I was trying to fix it, I was killed, and then I was disconnected from the server. But at least I don't have to deal with that player anymore. Come on, Chari, you really believe that? Well, kind of. Just wait until next game. Okay. Yeah, I guess you were right, Chari. I entered another game and I found him again. So I told him, how do you find me in every game? And he said, because I love you. That is sus. People in the lobby were now defending me. They were asking the owner if they could ban him, and he said that he was just playing. This is getting out of control, but we'll settle this in the game. Because this time I was the imposter. I spawned in the main hall, and he was right there. How am I gonna get away from him if he's just gonna follow me? And it's not like I can do anything because people know that he's right next to me. And if he ends up dying, it's gonna be very suspicious. A meeting was then called, and RHM was dead. The players in the chat began to blame White, which was the other imposter. Man, it's only been 1 minute into the game and he's already gonna get voted out. I needed Henry in order to win. He ended up leaving, which I guess it makes sense. Cause what's the point of staying if you're gonna get voted out? When I spawned in, the stalker was no longer there. But now that I have to play this game by myself, I really don't know what to do. How am I gonna win this game? Hey Chari, what if you get disconnected in the middle of the game so you don't even have a chance of winning? Why did you have to jinx me? And let me guess, the stalker is not gonna leave. Yup, he's always watching you. I got tired of that player just joining my lobbies and bothering me, so I made my own room. Some peace and quiet. Oh look, somebody joined my lobby. There is no way he found me again. I then asked him again, how are you finding me? And he said, so easy. How? And he said, find which one is incorrect and correct. But how do you know that I'm the real one? Then he went step by step on how he finds out if I'm real or fake, which didn't make any sense to me, as much as I try to read it. Yeah, but how do you find me in lobbies and how do you find me in the games? The airship map is pretty big. And he said, because I'm finding you to see myself in a video. Yeah, but how do you find me? A player by the name of Police sent a message in the chat. And he said, "Hi, I want to make sure that there is nothing wrong in the game." And I told him, "Police, this man has been chasing me all day. Please get him." No response? Okay, fine, be like that. I'm gonna start the game. In the beginning of this round, I was pretty much alone. I managed to do a few tasks, up until I went over to the meeting room, since I had 2 tasks there, and I found Lime's body. But then I went over to the other side of the meeting room and I saw Green. Is he the imposter? So I reported the body and I told the crewmates that it might be Green. And he said no, but what tasks were you doing, Green? Or did he see someone up there with you? Cause Lime was on trash. He then told me that he was doing the ID code and also trash. Was anyone there with you? Since there wasn't enough evidence, I ended up skipping, which was probably a horrible mistake. I am totally not foreshadowing the end. When I spawned in, I was frozen, and the stalker ended up finding me. Please get away! Oh great, I can move now. But now I need to find a way to get away from him, which isn't very easy. I guess for now I can do a few tasks. So I did a few in the meeting room, and I ended up finishing all my tasks in the armory. But I couldn't get rid of this player. Like, how do I run away from him if he knows where I'm at? You know, I'm pretty dumb. Why don't I get on the platform? Even though he ended up finding me, he couldn't really do anything, since I continued to move on top of the platform. But then I ended up calling a meeting because I sus Green. I can't forget about that first meeting. Green was just suspicious. He then said, "I'm not the imposter." Okay, name all your tasks. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even remember what I did last. But you know what? I'm gonna vote for him anyways. And he ended up leaving and we won. I'm gonna leave this lobby and make another one. Hopefully this time he doesn't find me. Come on, Chari, you can't be this dumb. You really think he's gonna leave you alone? Maybe. I have no idea what that Chari is talking about. I made another room in hopes of having another good game. The last one wasn't all that bad. But guess who was the first player to join the lobby? It was Cyan. Cyan has nothing to do with anything. I'm talking about the guy behind him. Yeah, the Stalker is back. The Stalker then said, "See? There is no way you find me every time." And he said, "Because I'm a fan of you." Yeah, I can tell. RHM was also in the game. And when I started the game, me and him were both imposters. What a coincidence that my last imposter friend was Henry. It wasn't the real Henry, but his name was still Henry. And I can't tell if this RHM was real or fake. When we started the game, I followed RHM. And my stalker was following me. We had a choo-choo train going on. When I was a kid, I watched a lot of Thomas the Train. Man, I miss that show. As I continued to follow RHM, he took out my stalker. RHM, you finally did something good. And since I couldn't be anywhere near the body, I just vented. But there was crewmates and showers and records. I think I'm just gonna report the body. It's my only hope. But when I went over to the body, White was just staring at it. And Lime walked in. What a coincidence that their name is No Visor. There's too many coincidences happening, I don't even know what's going on. Since the Stalker is dead and people know that he's been with me the entire time, I'm gonna pretend I'm sad. No, he's dead. It's not like I saw RHM take him out right in front of me. Lime wasn't trying to blame me on White, and I told him I just walked in. And I guess that was enough for the crewmates to vote on White. And we all know he wasn't the imposter. So now that the Stalker is dead, I can finally take out some crewmates. I looked around the entire map until eventually I found Yellow just standing there. Nobody's around. I'm gonna take him out. But where do I go next? I can't go into records or they're gonna know it's me. I'm gonna go from the bottom into medical. But then I found Black. Hopefully he doesn't have any sus on me. Yellow's body was then reported, and Black said that it was in showers, but I already knew that. And I told the crewmates that it was a recent death, and that I just checked. But then Black started to sus me. I already know this isn't gonna end well. I accepted my fate. I'm gonna get voted out, which I was right. I just now realized that RHM ditched me mid-game. After that game, I had a conversation with the Stalker, and I wanted him to join my Discord server. But then he started to tell me some weird things. He told me that he's in my account and that he can see where I'm at in the lobby. And then he told me, but you forgot to put Among Us codes on your Discord server to join. How does he know this stuff? What? That's how you found me? He then told me, because you said in your Don't Summon Henry that if I want to have a chance to play with you, or be in one of your videos, I had to join. Yeah, but I never posted codes. How did you find me? And he told me, just simply see which one is correct. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. But how did you get it right every time? And he said, because I love you so much. I'm a fan of you. You know what? I think that's enough Among Us for today. If you want me to confirm my stalker in Among Us, let's see if we can get this video to 30,000 likes. I also want to give a massive shout out to Lazy Doggo for helping me produce this video. If you would like to help out a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more Among Us story videos, make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. And check out these other Among Us story videos that I found on my channel.